podcast with Nature's Voice game calls, where deer camp becomes a reality for every listener. Join us as we talk God, family, country, and everything outdoors. Kick back, relax, and have a listen.
This episode.
Now, here's your host and co-host, Mike and Dan.
This episode of On the Limb with Nature's Voice game calls is brought to you by Trout Routes. Trout Routes is a premier fishing app that strives to empower trout anglers with information to help you go further and discover new waters, new places, and new faces. Check them out at troutroutes.com. Trout Routes is proud to be able to connect you to local resources and experts, such as fly shops, guides, local brands, and nonprofits. Be sure to check them out at troutroutes.com or the Apple App Store and Google Play Store to download the app today.
All right, guys, well, welcome back to the show. Thanks for joining us this evening. So we're going to be talking to creator of GEN7 Outdoors TV, which is a streaming platform that we just aired on last week. So, but first, since Dan's not here, you want to do some promo codes there?
Sure, why not?
you got them there on your talking points, bud.
All right, remember, we now have both audio and video versions of our podcast on Premier Carbon TV and streaming platform. We got Trout Routes. Be sure to visit troutroutes.com and use the promo code NATURE26 and get a 3-month membership for free. Trout Routes is one of our great ad partners where you can find new waters, new places, new access points available on both Android and Apple stores. Also, be sure to check us out on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Carbon TV, GEN7 Outdoors TV, YouTube, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Well, he's a natural, isn't he?
Sorry, Dan, you've been replaced.
Dan's just now getting back to the room. He was like, I get my computer all ready to go. I was like, nah, we got to roll.
Buddy, you might as well just go ahead.
We're already a little late anyways.
Well, he's tired now. I mean,
I had to work over a little bit. Yeah. So without further ado, let's welcome our guest in this evening, Jody Blackwelder with GEN7 Outdoors TV. Jody, how you doing this evening?
Doing great. How about y'all guys?
Buddy, we are having a blast right now.
I got
doing
you.
what we love.
Yeah,
that's it.
You like it down like that?
I mean, I'm just trying to see the screen.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I got you.
Too many shakes, you know.
You know, your viewers, they don't see like the whole setup that happens. So I just want to tell everybody the amount of effort that goes in to putting that together. Like whenever I joined them, I just had to set back. And I don't know, I've never been to a SpaceX launch, but it looks something like, I believe, what was last 15 minutes. I think that was the...
We were calling out numbers and codes and all that stuff.
I was scared. I'm like, this is a setup. They're going to take me out. I don't know. I don't trust this.
I'm over there in the shop where we build and manufacture calls, and I'm hollering back in, printing out talking points. But, you know, that's what I told it. I'm sure you heard me say it. I said, this is actually real outdoors streaming because
yes, that's it.
You know, all of us guys just got off work this evening. We're trying to do things with family, take care of family, see the kids before we go and do everything else. And, you know, you got dinner, and some people may have dinner on. Some people may be in the process of cooking dinner. So, I mean, it's busy all the way around. Life is busy, and it's really hard to fit our passions like what we do like this into it. But it's such of a passion, we do it.
Yeah. And
we make it work.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, Jody. So give us a little background on you if you don't care to start off with.
Well, so I was born at a very young age. Now, so I got into the outdoor industry actually a long time ago. I went and became a barber. My father was a barber. And when I got out of high school, I went to be a barber as kind of a backup plan, and went back to college once I finished that and got a business and marketing degree. Started working kind of in the outdoor industry, and I cut hair part-time. And over the years, it kind of morphed into creating products and selling products to kind of moving into advertising. That would have been around 2010. And we we started making a TV show about 2012, something like that. And whenever we done the TV show, working with like regular networks, TV networks, it was extremely difficult. And I was still a part-time barber, and a TV network had lied to me. I mean, just be honest with you, that's what happened. He lied. We were on the hook with some sponsors, and we didn't have no airtime because of, the situation there. So I was very frustrated, and I was talking to a guy, and he was a developer, and he said, Jody, you should just develop a Roku channel because that's like the future of television. So I'm like, yeah, I think we should. And that's just kind of where it started. And he kind of got us going in the right direction. And then I ended up started working with Steve, who is over at it's a GIDEO. How would you say that? GIDEO.
G-I.
Yes, I just want to make sure y'all struggle too. So he works there. Okay.
I think it's French.
I'm not sure. I just know the people over there are extremely talented. So they built out the channel. It launched in 2016. We used to sell airtime to TV shows, and it was pretty much set up as a regular network, but just streaming. We was one of the first outdoor TV channels that was on like streaming platforms, and we done that for, I don't know, a lot of years up until a few years ago. And as the market started changing, I talked with Steve, who's the CEO there, and me and him, we sat down, and he kind of had this idea to roll the channel into kind of a new version where we can work with creators in a whole lot easier, better way. And how, I don't know, it's kind of like the way I've always wanted it, but I was kind of having to stick with the current business models that, everybody else was doing. But this gives us a lot of freedom. So we rolled into that, and it took 8 months. I thought it was going to take about 4 months. And then we launched it at the end of April, and we became available on all the streaming platforms and mobile devices. So that's where we're at right now.
Nice.
Perfect. Jody, this is BJ Sampson. Pleasure to meet you, sir. How are you?
I'm doing great, sir. Nice to meet you.
Yeah, fantastic. Hey, let's talk about the network's 10-year milestone and its impact on the outdoor community today.
Well, so with the network, what I always wanted to do was to give the little guy a chance to compete against the industry. So I don't really know, like, far as how long you've been in, like, where y'all have been doing this, but pretty much the outdoor industry in general is owned by some private holding companies, and they kind of own everything. And to kind of work your way up into it is really hard. And I wanted to give them a place, like people who wanted to make their own TV show content. And I just want to give them a place that they could go to and kind of live that dream out and sell some sponsorships and kind of supplement some income, or even do that full time. So that was kind of the passion behind it. And then it's kind of ironic that 10 years later, our 10-year anniversary is when we kind of morph into this new entity, this new business model. And it's really came full circle from what I actually wanted to get done in 2015 and launched in 2016 to now.
That's fantastic.
And yeah, and it gives a lot of people a voice and an opportunity. Like, we work with, in the past and still now, we work with a lot of creators who, you go out and you buy airtime to distribute your show, just like your podcast. If you was wanting to be on Sportsman, or if you wanted your show on something, it's hundreds of thousands of dollars. Well, around 150,000 for a primetime spot on the outdoor channel. That there was kind of the going rate. And that's for 26 weeks. So you got to go and sell that much advertising before you ever get a paycheck. Now, I ain't counting production, where GEN7, was always a reasonable price. And so you could go out, work with some small companies, create your content, still have money left over. And that was how we was doing then. So, we gave, at one time we had about 68 shows as was airing with us. So
Nice.
That's a good.
Yeah.
So I know, like, you know, from us finding out about you, I was watching Full Rut Outdoors, and I'd seen him posting a lot of stuff about it. He's from here in West Virginia as well, and we're going to have him live in studio one evening. I was talking to him earlier today, but I got to watching some of his stuff, and I was like, "So tell me about this Gen7 Outdoors." And he was like, "Well," he's like, I said, "Is this your company?" You know, because this guy, he's got 1.6 million followers on his page, and I'm like,
Absolutely.
maybe this is something that he started, because I didn't know nothing about you. And he sent me your profile, a screenshot of it, and he's like, "Nope, this is the man right here." And I was like, "All right, so that's who I need to talk to." And he just talked about how good that it's been since the beginning and the startup and all that thing, you know, with you guys starting out. So that's
Yeah.
how we found out about you, and we're thankful that we've made that connection.
That dude, he is a awesome guy. I mean, it's kind of like one of them deals. The first time I talked to him, it was like an instant connection with him. And with the, you know, with when producers or whenever a producer or creator comes on board, I've done lived the struggle. I mean, Outdoor Crusade, that's actually like my Facebook page and like my podcast and that kind of stuff. And so I know the struggles that everyone goes through is creating content and getting monetized and that kind of thing. So when me and him started talking, I said, "Hey, look, I want to create a place where you don't have to be so politically correct and you can live the lifestyle that you celebrate and you don't have to worry about getting flagged and monitored." You know, more we talked and the things that's happened with us and like creating content, he's like, "Man, this is awesome. You know, I'm 100% behind you." And he has helped grow the channel or, you know, the reach of the channel and has brought, you know, you and a couple other creators on board. I mean, I really appreciate like the push that he's done for us.
Yeah, he's done a really good job, and you know, I just love watching these videos. He's thankful. Gets up in the mornings, and you know, he's just like, "Man, it's gonna be a beautiful day today."
Yeah,
There's
he's
a lot of mornings that I get up that I can't say that. I'm just like,
no,
you know,
and
I'm worried about how I'm gonna feel, or you know, what the day's holding, you know, before you. And this guy, he's also a retired Marine, I'm pretty sure.
right.
So, he's got well disciplined behind him, anyways, you know, and he's just a well-rounded dude. I mean,
Well,
just love watching his videos.
it's like, I mean, like once you start working with him, it's like 6 a.m. "Hey man, I'm working, you know, you got this, you got," and I'm sitting here like, he just woke up and he's already hitting it. And that's what it takes. I mean, to have 1.6 million followers,
Oh yeah.
you got to do that every day. And he does it and he does it well. I mean, so kudos to him. I mean, if you ever wanted to copy and paste how to be a successful outdoor content creator, you just pretty much follow him because he has got the blueprint laid out.
Yeah, he sure does. That's for sure. I mean, that's what, you know, like you're talking about though, those late nights, early mornings, and in the middle of all kinds of other different things in life. You know, if you want to succeed with your passions and things like that you want to do in life, then
Right.
it's got to be a grind.
Yeah. Well,
You know, that's one of the things that you know, we put with this podcast. It's bringing the grassroots of America back to audio like this, like God, family, country, and everything outdoors. And
right.
in that, you have the grit with all of it. You know, it's not just one thing.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, you gotta get out. You gotta hustle to make it work. I mean, with the channel, I mean, I have people that help me some, but it's pretty much me that does it. And plus I still, you know, do the barbershop thing. So I'm still cutting hair.
Yeah.
And then I take a long lunch and work on it. And you just gotta hammer at this time, you know, especially in the world we live in today. You just can't idly sit by. You got, if you want something, you got to go and beat it out of the ground and make it happen.
That's right. You sure do. That's awesome that you're a barber. We have a barber here locally, Cobb's Barbershop, that sponsors the show, and we sure appreciate him. We appreciate.
That's awesome. How many chair shop does he have?
He's just got one. It's just him. So I mean, he's been in the community for 26 years, and he's been cutting that long in Cross Lanes. He's had 2 or 3 different shops, but they've all been within about a mile or 2 radius.
Okay, well, that's cool.
He's done pretty well for himself, and I'm glad he's with us, and I was talking to him the other day. I get my haircut. I don't get my haircut often. It's like every 3 weeks or every month or so. I wear
That's pretty often actually. Like most people are like, it can get pretty long in between haircuts for some folks. So you're doing pretty. He appreciates you. You're like a good customer. He's like, I can bank my cell phone bill on this guy coming in.
Yeah.
Yeah, my cousin, he's a barber. He often says that. He says, "Really, 6 weeks?"
Yeah, that's right.
Busy working, man.
Yeah.
Retire off me, man. Every week.
Every week. I know people like that.
I have to.
The hair that you're showing right now is fabulous. It's fantastic. So I get
The-
it.
He's got that Hollywood cut.
He has got Tom Cruise hair at this podcast. I'm jealous. I'll be honest with you.
He wears them glasses like what was it? You Top Gun
You
out
got
there?
goose?
Oh,
You got goose glasses?
Yeah.
My
When we
goodness.
done the live podcast out there at the Breeze.
Save some for the rest of us, man.
I know, gosh.
BJ
And-
scrambling over here.
I know. I'm done.
I love it. Jeez.
Well, let's talk about. I know that we've talked about like waking up and grinding every day, and back when you first started this, to get on like the Sportsman's channel, and I remember watching that, or the Outdoor channel, to watch the Outdoor channel, like you had to be sitting in front of a TV.
Yeah.
So
Right.
if you don't mind, like highlight like just how easy it is to access, and for viewers to tune in, to your channel and all of the media that your channel puts out.
Well, so we're available on everything, all the streaming devices, Roku, Fire Stick, Apple TV, Google TV, and plus your phone. And kind of what we're going for is we're looking, when you go on, say, YouTube or some of these places, you're trying to find content and, you don't discover a channel, and then one day you do, like you watch him all the time or her or them, whatever.
Binge watch.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So what I want for the, GEN7 TV is I want to be able to like gather those type of people together at one place and kind of grow as a community there on the channel and, grow viewership that way. And that way, when viewers come in, they see it's the same quality content and it's a house of content, like people that hunt, they also probably like motorsports. People like motorsports, they probably like grilling out. So as we like get more diversified content, it's all going to still be in like the wheelhouse of just the average American and the interests that they have. So, and that's the kind of the vision of the channel going forward is to populate it with that kind of content. And then people who are going to go view, instead of going to YouTube and looking through your phone and, trying to find, you just go here and we're going to have it categorized and we're going to have a ton of great content. We've got, I don't know, about 10 shows or 10 content creators lined up for the next few weeks that's coming on board.
Oh, nice.
And yeah, we've got a lot going on behind the scenes, but it's kind of like y'all, like when y'all come on board, I was talking with you, I was like, hey, we need the video kind of like this, and we need this. And, it's got to be, since we're working now with companies who deliver the ads for us, we can't put like a ton of ads or ads in our videos, stuff like that. We have to meet like those kind of requirements.
Yeah.
So, whenever we go and bring in somebody, a lot of times they got to go back and re-edit the footage that they may have. And it may be something that was like awesome footage from a year ago that average people hadn't seen, and they got to go cut that stuff out. So we have a lot of people who's coming on board, but who are in the editing room and doing the cutting and getting ready to come on board and stuff like that. Then we actually talked with a couple shows that are just in the process. They're actually bigger shows and they're just processing through the legal, like our terms and conditions. Was that going to fit, the people producing their show and that kind of stuff. So there's a lot going on in the background that I can't like say and reveal and call names, but it's pretty cool.
Yeah. No, that's I think that's the going rate with everything now. I mean, there's always that background stuff that people have going on.
Oh yeah.
You can't really talk about right then, but if you keep watching, keep listening, you'll hear about it. So
oh yeah. And Well, it's kind of like y'all. Like I told y'all, I said, hey, I'm going to do this press release, and I want to get this done because I want to do a press release for everybody that joins with us, and I want to do, I want to like promote the people who join as much as y'all promote the channel and that kind of stuff. It's like a team effort for everybody to lift everybody.
Oh yeah.
And then I got like this message, and it said, hey, where's that press release at? And I said, it's like getting ready to get done right now. I'm getting ready to jump on that. I'm like. As soon as I seen the message, I'm like, wow, I was supposed to have done that Friday, but I got it done today though. And it is up on the channel, your podcast press release, gen7outdoors.com. Click the news. You're the first article, brother.
Dude, that's awesome. Yeah, you
right there.
do a great job with them PR comments and the posts and the announcements. That's one of the things that when I started looking at the page, I was like, man, he does a really good job with the onboarding of people. And promoting those people and your brand together. I mean, it's awesome.
Yeah. Well, see, we we done marketing, for before we ever built the channel, and then like when we went into producing our TV show, we were a marketing company, and with typically how a lot of these networks work or these others, it's like you pay to be there. And once you're there, you're just renting a space. You have to go out and promote yourself. They may put some ad spots here and there, but there ain't that many. And they don't have people like reaching out, hey, what you got going on this week? What can we do? What kind of ideas? You don't really have that. Where with the community that I'm building now, I want to be able just to shoot everybody a text message, or they could text me, hey, man, we got this. Like there was the TV show it's called The Drive. And so I did a promo yesterday, and I don't know the promo, I was using like a little bit of AI to help create the image and that kind of stuff. And the person in the image didn't look nothing like the person in his video. And I was like, wow. So I like messaged him, and we got talking back and forth. He's like, yeah, no, I can't work. I said, hey, do you have a picture? He's like, let me go. So throughout the day, he like finds a cool picture from that hunt that they were on.
Yeah.
There's a special hunt with him and his son, so you don't want to screw that up. You know what I mean? So yeah, so he like sends me that. And then we got a cool promo made, stuff like that. I want it to be where we're working together to, just lift each other up and grow each person,
I'm going to tell you, the cover art for ours this evening is not you. But I'm going to tell you have a way better beard than this guy's got.
Much.
I don't know. The only thing, like anytime I do like the podcast or join somebody on a podcast, I just noticed I got these white streaks here. And then it looks like I was drunk milk way too fast. It's like Santa Claus eating cookies. You know what I'm saying? Santa Claus eating cookies down in the milk before he gets back up the chimney. And this is what you got. I was sitting there looking at it. I was like, as a barber, why haven't I colored that yet? That should be colored.
I like the salt and pepper, brother. Keep it.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I feel like a skunk over here.
We're going to take a break real quick here. A word from our sponsors. We'll be right back talking about a little bit of the mission. Are you looking for that European or craft beer culture? Breathe Wine and Culture Company, where your wine and craft beer culture thrives. Located in downtown Huntington, West Virginia, the Breathe Wine and Culture Company offers over 150 types of craft beer, extensive wine choices, thoughtful gifts, and even grab-and-go food options, as well as specialized catering. Shop local, shop small for a unique experience. You can check them out on their Facebook page or give them a call today at 304-823-4577. Breathe Wine and Culture Company, 304-823-4577. All right, guys, we're back with Jody Blackwelder, and he is the creator of Gen7 Outdoors TV. So we're going to get into talking about a little bit of the mission here in a minute. But before we do that, BJ's going to talk about some more promo codes.
All right, guys, you want to visit aquacase.net, use promo code podcast15 at checkout for 15% off your entire order. They are your waterproof case and bag experts. Be sure to check us out on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Carbon TV, Gen7 Outdoors TV, YouTube TV, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Hey, I'm telling you, he's doing a good job.
Yeah. Could I get you to do me a favor, boss man?
Yeah.
So could you have him just say, you're watching Gen7 Outdoors, the home of the outdoors. Let's hear that. Let's see
You're
how he
watching
does.
Gen7 Outdoors, the home of the outdoors.
Dude, that's awesome. You sound, I mean, that's legit.
We
I
might,
mean,
we might have to get him recorded up, and you can use that.
yeah, we're gonna,
mic him up.
yes, dude. I just need you to be like in that 15-second little thing that has to pop up on our channel where like the sky's moving, our logo, and it'll be you.
Hey, I
You're
can do
watching.
the radio voice.
Yeah, he can.
Hey, dude. Yeah, sounding good, brother. Sounding good.
I sound like a pissed off 12-year-old.
Waiting on his grilled cheese and mater soup.
Oh,
Oh, gosh. All right, so explore a little bit and talk about the network's mission. You know, creator founded, content focused on the real outdoors, and like we was talking earlier, the grit behind that.
Yeah. So the whole mission right now is for creators to have a place that's safe. Tell you a little. So with Outdoor Crusade, my Facebook page, I posted something back in December that was pretty conservative. You know, pretty conservative what I posted, and it made somebody extremely mad. And so Facebook sent me this thing that said, "Hey, you violated, you know, this, and this." And now I was being monetized, so it was reaching around almost 40 million people a month on that page. So they say, "Hey, look, you know, I was like, no, this right here, there's people say this all the time. No, I know. So I had to go through an appeal process. Now, keep in mind, I have G7 Life Media, which is an ad agency, like a business solution company. So I actually have an agency registered through Facebook. This right here. So I go through the agency. Like, so I have someone I can actually call and talk to. You know, most people don't have that.
Yeah.
So I said, "Hey," he's like, "Nah," he said, "You know, we're not going to like block your page or nothing like this." Cause that's what they were saying. It was like pretty much I had crossed red lines over making this comment. So, or this post. And, he said, "Look, so what we'll do," he said, "we're just going to limit your pay from December 18th. You can't be monetized. You can't be recommended from December 18th until March 12th, I think is what it was." So from that time, like I couldn't make any money with it. I couldn't do, you know, they totally had total control over it, and it was to their discretion. And during this time, we were putting the finishing touches on the channel. And I talked to Steve and I told him, I said, "Man," I said, "I just, you know, cause when you're reaching 400 million a month for Facebook, about 1 million people equals, I think 1 million people is like $100 some that you make in revenue to 200. Yeah. So, you know, we was doing around 4,000 a month. So all of a sudden 4,000 a month wasn't coming in anymore. You know, that was just instantly gone. And I was told Steve, I said, "You know," I said, "this is like pretty much God telling me I'm on the right path with this," because about the time that my page got hit, all these other outdoor pages got hit for like nonsense, like stuff that they were like, you know, we've been posting this for 5 years. No one's ever said nothing, you know, this and that. And you'll see like these outdoor pages that you used to see in your feed, just not there no more.
Yeah.
So that right there, like just solidified it for us that, hey, we're going to get a place where you can go and take a kid and he can go whitetail deer hunting with an AR, kill a deer, and you're not going to get banned from YouTube. You're not going to get banned from Facebook or these other places. I mean, like TikTok, if you show any kind of gun, anything kind of, anything that would be a part of our American heritage, you know, they instantly flag you, and then you're like shadow banned. Like it's easier to start a brand new TikTok page once that happens and just rebuild the following than it is to fix the page. I mean, it's pretty sad. So that was the mission of the channel, is to create a safe place for creators to come. And, you know, we do a revenue share, you know, like Facebook. So our channel was dormant for 8 months. So while we was building this, So we're building up volume of viewership, but as the viewership grows, that would then equal advertising money for us. And then we do a 20% split or 40% split with the content creators, depending on, how they want to work with us. If they just want to put their content, let it sit there and just, earn that way, then we do a 20% split with them. If they want to like help promote the channel and kind of be in those text messages, where we're like, hey, what are we going to do this week? Well, then I give them an extra 20%. But right now we're in the part of growing the viewership numbers and, the reach and the downloads and that kind of stuff and adding the creators. So we're definitely in the building block stages. But once we're there, that right there is going to be what Gen7 is all about.
Yeah.
I love that concept. I really do, because, the protecting of freedom of speech is a big thing in our culture right now, but it's not what is safe to be heard. It's what is people are trying to censor, that telling us it's not safe to be heard. There used to be authenticity, and I think you're really bringing that back with your channel. People can come onto these platforms and really produce, genuine hunting and fishing shows, where everything now just seems to be big business. And like you were saying, it's really hard to get your foot in the door. And on top of that, the amount of money that you have to get into it. So I think it's a really awesome platform.
Man, I was watching some older shows like Night and Hell and some of those back in the day, and then you have Jackie Bushman, and there was
Real Tree when they started up.
Yeah, and there were some things that they had put this out there. I seen this. I think it may have been on Facebook or maybe on YouTube, but they put this out there as like, this can't be done today because back then we didn't have the restrictions that we do now.
Yeah.
And it was like, you wouldn't have been able to say that, or you wouldn't have been able to act like that then. And I'm like,
yeah,
what has changed?
Yeah,
I mean,
it's people's feelings.
Us as people haven't changed. I don't believe. I think we've brought, I don't know. It's like, I don't know. It just gets me a little fired up when you talk about it, because like you're saying, the freedom of speech thing and, our heritage in this hunting and outdoor industry, we've all sitting here have grown up in this.
Well, what used to be safe and was comforting and everyone enjoyed talking about, now you almost stop yourself because you don't know if you're about to open Pandora's box.
Yeah, and when
it upset someone.
When Jody said like a safe area, a safe zone, I never thought that we would be talking about having a safe zone when it comes to the outdoor industry.
Yeah, the only place I have one of those is Spotlight.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just crazy to think about how, and really, this has just changed this way in the last 15 years.
It really
has. So our core values as Americans is just under attack. And the reason it's under attack, it isn't that, we're actually offending these people. It's under attack because these are the layers that you strip away whenever you're trying to, create a new society. And that's just what's happening politically. And it's these people that have, the money to force smaller companies down that path. And then, we are where we are now. I mean, you're talking about back whenever they used to do the old TV shows. A lot of times they would produce, because I'm old. I'm like, I'm 48. So it's like Moses, Jody. So I remember back whenever they used to go to like Dixie Deer Classic and set up booths and actually sell their videos. Like they wasn't on a network. They were just out there peddling, VHS and then DVD and that kind of stuff.
Now we're talking.
Yes, that right there. That was back
the America that I want.
That's what I want. I still have my
yes.
You know what's funny? After VHS went away and CDs come in, like Blu-ray and the CD-ROM and stuff, people didn't sell many of those.
Listen, I'm telling you now, I still have all the original.
I do too.
Real Tree, Jackie Bushman, all that stuff, even from my high school tapes and basketball games. And I have a TV that I keep in a closet. Okay, it's one of the big giant.
I think you're oversharing at this point. I feel like we're getting ready to go somewhere that I don't feel comfortable with. I feel like I need to get in my safe zone.
Not that
I want
way,
to get,
Jody.
I want to get in my little safe zone. Over.
I got a bunch of old Roger Ragland tapes. Jiminy Christmas. Jiminy
Yeah.
Christmas.
You know, I talked to him. He was a guest at Dixie Deer Classic, and me and him was talking, and he knew about like the network at the time, and so he was in. Whenever they produce your TV show, like Sportsman or Outdoor Channel, you sign your rights away for a lot of years, and they can keep it forever, or they can let you have it after 5 years or 10 years. So we were talking about how I built the channel and kind of how we done things. And he was telling me how he was working on building something similar, but it was from all the content that had been released that he can now have rights to and putting that content up. And he's launched a channel. It's a paid channel. You have to pay to go in there and watch it. But he's partnered up with like Fitzgerald and some of these other people who were just the legends that I grew. I mean, it's them people, the reason I started producing, I wanted to work in the outdoors. Like for me, they were the ones who I'm like, I want to be them one day. I want to get to that level. I want to do that. And they put the drive in me. So I think it's awesome to see them bringing that old content back up and seeing what real hunting looked like and see them shoot a little 8-pointer and be like, yeah, I can't believe I smoked this thing. This right here is awesome. And shooting these bows that look like it. I mean, they sounded like a car wreck. I mean, when you shot them things, dude, how a deer did, I think what it was, it scared the deer so bad, they didn't move. They like, what the cow's neck? A plane just fell out of the sky up here and landed in that tree above me. But yeah, no, it's awesome to watch them use that old equipment and smoke animals. It's awesome.
Yes.
Well, let's talk about. I know that you mentioned earlier, and it kind of, what we were just talking about, kind of leads into it. Like the good old days, where you're not worried about what you're putting on TV as much. It's just good, wholesome content. And it might be anything from catching a bass in a pond, in between hunts, and then, or maybe frying up a crappie or a bluegill and then going out, to kill a doe or whatnot. But like, earlier we talked about, getting cooking involved and getting, maybe some homesteading or like just, downright adventures, floating a river fishing or hunting. But like, let's just kind of talk about, like, I like to think of that in like the diversity. Let's talk about the diversity you've got coming in. Like, I like to think of that as like the American dream. Right?
Absolutely.
Like,
yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
So this is what the business model kind of is shaping into, is if you go and you watch Discovery Channel or History Channel, those type of TV shows there's content creators on YouTube doing that same kind of content. They're doing like the overlanding and vehicles and adventures. They're doing like all these things.
Yeah.
And they're doing the cooking. So what we want to do is we want to have pretty much whenever you go into town and you're sitting, you're talking with somebody or you're in the barber shop, hey, did you hear about this? Well, the stuff that they're talking about, we would like to have that kind of content on the channel. So we're not limiting, because the way we built this channel, we can expand it out. But we're going to have camping. We're going to have survival, firearms. We're going to have cooking, off-roading. I've talked to a couple guys who are custom car builders, and they make some awesome content. So we hopefully will have that worked out in the next month or two. That's kind of a slow moving one because they're kind of bigger. But, it's that kind of content. And then also, there's a lot of people listening to your podcast that may think that they want to start creating content on their own. And it's really hard when you first start, and the amount of effort it takes into creating this, like us tonight, we all had to stop doing what we're doing to go sit down now. Right. Yeah. So to create this content, it takes dedication and time. Well, with YouTube and these others, you don't never get to like, you got to reach a certain limit or whatever. But with us, if you create quality content and you're wanting to try to turn this into either your job or supplement income or whatever, we will bring you on instantly. And then when we start getting monetized, you'll be a part of that revenue stream that's coming out. So we want to support those type of people, and we want to be, pretty much open to about any type thing that they want to bring in that's associated with that kind of content.
Yeah.
So, and everybody tells their stories different. So, the key is being entertaining. I mean, there's some people that can tell me about how they tie their shoe, and I'm going to sit and listen to them. And there's other people that could be describing to me like, what's going to save me $1,000. I'm like, I don't even care, dude. You're just boring. I can't do this. Here's my $1,000. Just leave me alone.
Take this as a payment.
Yes.
I catch myself in that, like
All the time.
that vision or that tunnel vision or whatever you want to get in that mode to where I'll flip through on these like shorts and stuff that you get on social media today, and I'm like, man, I just can't stand listening to that guy, and it keeps coming up on my feed, and then I'll push the thing that's like, I'm not interested in this. But there's some like really stupid videos that I'm sitting there watching, and I'm like, why am I watching? I never would have watched this on TV.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Really
But
is.
it's like sometimes it's just how somebody talks, or it's how somebody acts, and I'm like, this guy right here is just nuts.
Here's a perfect example of the feeling. Describe like the feeling that we're talking about right here, right? Mukbang videos, people eating food.
That is crazy.
When in my adult life did I ever think watching this dude slam
6 eggs and ramen noodles?
6 eggs, ramen noodles, like a bag of McDonald's French fries. When did I ever think that was worth 45 seconds of my time?
Yeah.
But I watch it.
Yeah,
I can't help it.
Yeah.
I'm like, dang, I really want some McDonald's French fries.
Yeah.
Yes. That's how it works.
Advertising.
But like, like think about that.
Yeah.
It's like I didn't get on my phone to be like, I want to watch a guy eat McDonald's French fries. You know what I'm saying? But like, but the same goes with talking to people or talking to a camera or putting on a podcast. Like, are you entertaining? You know, or are you talking about relatable things? And my buddy Zach Phillips with Country Outdoors.
Oh yeah.
Zach.
Yep.
He told me this line. He was rebuilding his YouTube last year, and he's got a show on the Outdoor Channel. Great guy, him and Mary. And he was like, people want to be educated, they want to be entertained, and then I forget what third one was. It was a good lesson.
They want to laugh.
Yeah. I mean, he was like, they want to be educated, entertained, or something else. But like that kind of hit me, right? Because I pictured myself in that. It's like when I watch a YouTube video or any show, on Roku TV or Amazon Prime, whatever. Like I want to be learning something, or I want to laugh, or something along those lines. So like I put that in my head, and I'm like, it checks out. Like here lately, I've been watching a lot of Jacob Wheeler fishing videos, right?
I know that one.
Because Jacob breaks down like what he's winning these tournaments on, how he's reading graphs and stuff.
Oh yeah.
I got a fishing trip coming up, right? So like I'm a little rusty on bass fishing big lakes, right? You put me on a New River or Greenbrier River, I'll bust smallmouth till my arms fall off. But so I want to be educated, and I've got that in the back of my head, and like and I just see that.
We use it as learning tools.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
And a lot of these people, I think there's a lot of different people that use it for different things.
Yeah.
Like we use it as learning tools, and I'm sitting there. Sometimes it'll just be like I'm sitting there on the couch and I'm relaxing, and I'll scroll through a bunch of those, and then I'll hit one, and I'll sit there and watch it for like. I even watch it like 2 or 3 times.
Yeah, and then it puts me down a whole rabbit hole.
Yeah.
And then I go like looking up more of the videos of that guy talking.
So during that time,
subject.
we're in that entertainment part.
Yeah.
But we flip-flop back and forth, all these different ones.
Well, and I think that's a really good thing with Gen7 Outdoors is they're bringing back the authenticity and the genuine nature of the show, because in a world where AI is making a real strong push for humanity, I think people just enjoy seeing something real.
Yeah.
We just want to feel it.
Yeah, and that rolls right into what we was going to talk about next, is how this platform caters to the wide range of outdoor interests and lifestyles. It's not just hunting. It can be hiking, it can be fishing, it can be off-roading, it can be, four-wheeling,
building cars.
cars. I mean, a ton of different things.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Tell us about that.
absolutely. So something I thought about adding to the channel is like UFO stuff. Cause
absolutely.
yeah, so I'm just wondering. So y'all were in West Virginia, the mountains, right? I mean, y'all were there close to the sky as you're going to get until you go to the mountain range of the Rockies. That's where y'all are at.
Yes.
So have y'all ever seen any UFOs, the Tic Tac? I mean, like
plenty of it.
Plenty of it. Okay.
Got Mothman.
We actually can.
What's I've seen Mothman. What's that? Give me the story on that.
Me and that guy got in a bar fight one time. he can scrap.
Yeah.
That's when you put the TV in the closet, wasn't it? It's like, ain't coming out no more. I'm putting a TV. I'm only watching VHS now. Mothman has.
Yeah. So Mothman, I guess to give you a down and dirty, I'm not a super big history buff, but you guys correct me as I go. So it originated in Point Pleasant, West Virginia.
Yep.
And there's this one stretch of road, to my knowledge, that the Mothman has been seen on. Like a lot of times it was like kind of a back road that like high schoolers, back in the day would go and park and, be ornery and, drag race cars or whatever, that kind of stuff, late at night. And then people started reporting all these sightings. And it got so infamous that, like, I mean, you drive through downtown Point Pleasant, and, like, there is a man with a moth's face, got a ripped, he got like six pack, man.
And he's got wings.
Yeah, got wings and everything. But, like, that's what they say he looks like.
Yeah.
But, like, that's the legend.
Was it back in the 40s when the bridge collapsed?
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, please elaborate, because I know I'm butchering.
I think it was later than that. I don't think it was the 40s.
It wasn't that early.
I don't think it was
maybe
that
60s.
Let's look that up real quick. You know what? Let's just
search that up there, BJ. But anyways, so we had a bridge collapse, and it killed a lot of people in Point Pleasant, and it crossed the. I don't think that's the. Well, it'd be.
I think the Mothman has struck. Hey, I'm not hearing nothing back on my end. Y'all are down too. I see this. This is bad. They're going under the table. Yeah, let's see here. I see no smoke, so that's good. No smoke so far. They are walking around they're getting into the Mothman has took them out. You do not mess with the Mothman.
And that's why you don't talk about the moth.
Dude, I was sitting here and
That was real. It wasn't fake.
Yeah.
yes,
Headphones and everything.
We have never had that happen ever.
yes.
Computer just completely went off, Jody.
It went doo-doo-doo, and
Dude, I was sitting here. I seen it happen. Now I just started narrating. I was like, "Look, the Mothman doesn't like to be talked about. He doesn't. He doesn't like podcasts. You know." And
Lord, that was
yeah.
So back to the topic. That was actually December 15th, 1967. It was a suspension bridge failure over the Ohio River.
Yep.
It actually caused the death of 46 people, with over 31 vehicles falling into the river that night.
And then
Wow.
after and before that happened, people reported seeing this being,
yes,
whatever you want to call it, alien. I mean, I don't know, whatever you want to call it.
yeah.
hey, Mom
The
Outdoors commented and said we heard our name being said.
We shut you down.
Good call, man. Good call. We were just trying to be correct with our facts. We didn't mean to upset you.
We didn't
yes.
touch them all, man.
Heard me butcher that story was like,
Oh, Lord.
off the air.
I was trying to get into my Richard Gere, because he made the movie. And if you haven't seen that movie, you'd love it. It's really good.
Oh my goodness. Anyways, so we're back with Jody Blackwelder with Gen7 Outdoors TV.
No Mothman with me here. So
And and the Mothman, special guest. All right, so let's get back into some of. We're just going to talk. We were talking about the reach and a wider audience. It led us right into that, talking about the opportunities and stuff.
right. So this is kind of going back a few years ago. We were just on Roku and Amazon Fire Stick, and we had quite a few downloads of the channel then, and we had, I don't know, it was going really good. And with us expanding to pretty much every TV, box that there is hooked to a TV streaming, and all the mobile devices, I think that once people find out about this and the word starts getting out, I just see it blowing up. I'm going to sit down tonight in the morning and send all of our content creators just kind of an update of just how much we've grown in the last 3 weeks or so since this actually, because it really was at the end of April, so we're just looking at May pretty much, and just kind of show like, hey, this is where we're going, this was the projections, and kind of give everybody a heads up. But the viewership is definitely like tripled and quadrupled so far just in a few weeks. And people, we get a lot of messages from people who are finding the channel, especially through a couple of the creators that's been really promoting us here lately. And I don't know, I haven't heard anything bad. You know what I mean? It's been positive, and I'm real excited about the direction it's going and having a place for people to go and watch that kind of content that they love in one place on their big TV, So
Sure. Yep. So we're running out of time here, Jody, but it tells us that we've only got 7 minutes left on our card, which I don't know how that's possible. That may be another moth thing, but we have over 47 hours on this thing, and I know it don't have that much stuff on it because I just unloaded it last week. But so tell everybody, for our listeners, where they can go get your content. Like we talked earlier, Apple TV, different things like that. So just tell them how they can apply if they want to be a content creator and get on your platform, and where they can find that.
All right. So you just go to gen7outdoors.com for anything kind of business related, or like if you want to come and join, or if you're looking to download the channel. Because if you go to gen7outdoors.com, we have a download page, and it has all the links to all the TV apps and mobile apps.
Okay.
But if you want to go watch the channel without downloading anything, we have a web app, and that is gen7tv.com. And you can go there, and the web app, it looks pretty much like the mobile app. Depending on what device you're using is kind of how it fits. mobile app is a lot better if you're looking at it on your phone. The computer, it looks just like it would if it was on TV. So you can go there and check out the channel, and if you like it, then just go over and and you can also search on your device. Just it's GEN7 and outdoors, and it'll bring it up. You can
I've got
download
it on my iPhone. It's a great app. I like it.
So,
all right, brother. Well, we sure appreciate you this evening, and sorry about our little technical difficulty there, but we'd love to have you on again as we progress and things get relaunched and you guys grow the channel. So,
sure absolutely. Yeah, and I appreciate y'all coming on board and everything y'all are doing, and I had fun tonight, and I appreciate you having me on.
Yes, thank you, Jody. It was great meeting you, and thank you for your time, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right, guys, be sure to go check us out on Apple Podcast, Amazon Music, Carbon TV, Gen7 Outdoors TV, YouTube, or wherever you get your podcasts. All of our descriptions and links and things like that will be in our episode once it airs on the audio version. Our live version that is out right now on Facebook, YouTube, and Rumble. You can go check that out. And we sure appreciate everybody listening. Thank you. Keep sharing, listening, and watching. Episode of On the Limb with Nature's Voice Game Calls is brought to you by Outdoor Pro Shop, LLC. Outdoor Pro Shop is a family-owned and operated firearms dealer and sporting goods retailer. They have pay over time options, a rewards program, and customer service satisfaction that is unmatched. They might not be the biggest, but they strive to be the best. Contact them today at 240-360-1298 or visit them on the web at www.outdoor-pro-shop.com. That's Outdoor Pro Shop, 240-360-1298.